What up? It's Wild941, wild941.com, Joey Franchize, Poppy Shampoo. Now, I met this guy, about almost a year ago?
Been almost a year, bro.
Yeah, almost a year ago. We did, it was at the time when Puerto Rico had the devastating hurricane go through it. Yeah. Hurricane, was it Irma?
Maria.
Oh, Maria. Yeah, there's so many damn hurricanes out here since I've been in Florida. but we definitely did an awesome event for the cause because of what happened in the hurricanes, and this guy actually performed on it and blew me away just by his stage performance altogether, man. And we got Prime Ethic here, bro, from Lakeland, Florida.
What's going on, man?
What's poppin', G, man? It's good because, like I said, man, you had an amazing performance. Just the stage presence alone, you had backup singers. Like it was just an awesome display from performance-wise from a local artist that I've seen on the scene. So, I commend you for that.
Yeah, I appreciate that. Like, we knew we had to go kind of extra hard on this one. It was an opportunity to be able to open up with Fat Joe and Dave East, but also to do something big for, like, Puerto Rico. And at that time, like, we were doing shows, like, profit shows for the island, and just basically getting resources and everything, giving them out to the people. So that time, it was just like, that was the energy behind it. More than anything, was like, yo, we got to really, if we're going to be out here showing out, like, we got to show out 100% for the people, bro. So it was motivated behind everything that my people are suffering,
Right.
going over. And, yeah, bro.
No, I was happy to be a part of it as well, the DJ, man. Just to do it for, for our people.
Exactly.
Now, you're half Puerto Rican?
I'm full
Puerto Rican.
Yeah, I was born in Santurce, Puerto Rico.
Okay, cool. So, and you were born and raised there. When did you decide, when did the family migrate up here?
To be real, I was born, and then when I was 3 years old, we moved out to Florida. So I've been back and forth since then, but, mainly Florida.
Okay.
So, but yeah, when I was 3 years old, that's when just me and my mom came out here.
Now, your music has, when you gave me the, the CD, and you've been shooting me emails of a lot of songs you've been working on, as of recently and even previous. Like, what were some of those influences? Because I feel like a lot of the southern influence, a lot of the trap sound, but you also back and forth, you do the bilingual thing, where you cross,
Yeah, it's gonna be like people like Mike Jones, true southern,
Wow.
like Young Jock. As far as the South, Boosie, you know what I mean? Like, just true southern stuff. Even, like, we go back to Florida sound, like Nappy Heads, like, I get into all that. And then from there, that's kind of like how I fell in love with hip-hop. So early on, southern music. And then bilingual, like, my father's a musician in Puerto Rico. So my father did, like, actual fusion albums with Atabal. And it mixes, like, Mumbai Plena, with salsa, merengue, all these different styles, even calypso. And so just I kind of peeped that, and I peeped, like, my background of being here. So I just kind of made a way to combine the sound that I'm from, and at the same time, like, the sound that I fell in love with. And so, yes, influences from all throughout the Caribbean. Bob Marley's a big one for me.
Right.
Marley family. And then just trying to make it make sense to how I came up and, and my upbringing, basically.
That's what's up. And we're here with Prime Ethic, swad941.com. You mentioned the Marleys. You've had quite, a West Indian influence also in a lot of your music.
Yeah.
And one of the Marleys is actually, helped out with that with that part of you and your style. So explain to me your relations to the Marley family.
So Kimani Marley, shout out to Maestro. Him and his wife, they've been basically mentoring me through this music business, just showing me kind of the do's and the don'ts, the things to look out for. And just been building a relationship with them. At first it was like I reached out to them to try to do some music, and it just became more than that. The way him and his family are, it's like it's about a relationship. So once they saw that I had something they thought was special, they, instead of going the speed that I was thinking we could go, they kind of slowed me down. And they showed me, like, what to look out for. And we still have a really tight relationship, even to the point with my wife. And we send pictures of my baby girl to them. And, he just bought a soccer team in Jamaica.
That's
so
awesome.
It's been cool, man. And it's been eye-opening because they don't have to put up with a lot of stuff that the industry, usually people in the industry got to put up with. Because they're set. It's a legacy. But, I'm kind of trying to build a legacy, too. So it's just good to take that in. And yeah, they've helped out my sound as far as giving me feedback, and then as well as just helping me navigate.
That's awesome, man. Like to have like a legendary family like that in your corner to kind of guide you through this whole.
It's unreal, bro. It's overwhelming, to be honest.
I believe that, man.
Yeah.
And have you reached out to him as far as music wise? Like, has he ever like?
Yeah. So that I can't really speak on.
Ooh, G14 classified.
Yeah. That I can't speak on, but we working.
That's what's up.
We working. We just waiting on some things.
Now, how does this make it? What is your approach now with how do you approach the music game now with actually like Latin trap? Like I know you do a lot of the trap records, and you incorporate it in a lot of your music. How does it help, or is it difficult to like kind of break in because it's so popular and you feel like at this point a lot of people are doing that? Like what separates you from like what a lot of the artists that we're getting now on the Latin trap?
Yo,
scene?
that's a super good question. I can just say like when I first heard that it was starting to transition from reggaeton to Latin trap, I got excited, but it got oversaturated real fast.
Right.
So I had to figure out a way to differentiate myself because I was already doing like trap but in English, and then I was already kind of, being in tune with the more reggaeton stuff, but it was always a separate thing. Once they started fusing it, I was like, well, I'm a fuse it, but I'm not gonna jump on the same kind of exact way of doing it. So what I'm gonna fuse now is like my sound that I grew up with. I grew up around Haitians and Jamaicans and stuff like that. So now that hasn't been done. So
right.
then we mix it with the Jamaican sound, with the Haitian sound, stuff that nobody's heard. And then that was kind of my way of being distinguished within it, but not exactly not shying away from it either. So we embracing it for 100% because it's awesome. It's hot. Right now it's like one of the biggest trends, and it's amazing to see.
Legit.
Yeah, it's amazing to see not just Spanish artists supporting, but like American artists coming in and jumping.
Yeah, and it's crossing over. I think Cardi B broke barriers with the record with Bad Bunny and J Balvin. So.
Exactly. And then Osuna's doing a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
So it's been incredible to see, and I feel like it's the right time for this type of music. So yeah, I just had to figure out a way to do it kind of more true to the Florida roots that I embrace and yeah. So. But yeah, that's kind of.
It's dope. I don't think Florida, especially with Florida having the juice now and a lot of artists coming out of the state as of recent. I mean, I think you have something to provide for that's obviously a variety from what we've gotten. So that's awesome.
That. Yeah.
We're here with Prime Ethic. It's wild941.com. Joey Franchize here, and another important thing to be an artist, and something that I also peeped on your end when I saw your performance, and as of recent, like just coming across you, like just seeing everybody wearing, the Prime Mob shirts is a whole movement, and I see it right there. You got the patch on the jacket right there. I mean, explain the logo. Also, you had one with the there was one you gave me, a shirt you gave me with the Taino
with the
symbol.
Taino sun. So it's good to kind of start branding yourself once you're moving in the music business, but I just kind of wanted to brand with my own culture and also make a statement with it. So this is my logo, and it's got 2 cross machetes. It's got a skull with a mask, and it's got the fedora. I always wear the fedora. It's like my thing, basically. And that has a symbol meaning. It's kind of like a piratey theme. Like pirates go and take what they feel is theirs, and they conquer, and they take, they do what they got to do to make it happen. Like whatever dream that they aspire to, that's kind of the mindset behind the logo. And then from there, we just kind of can diversify. We could take it and put a Puerto Rican flag in it. We could take it and put all kinds of things behind the message. But the Prime Mob is what we call it. Prime Mob is just if you're dedicated to being somebody who's working at your highest level and always trying to achieve your highest level, then you're Prime Mob. And that's the whole mindset behind it. So people take it very serious. There's people who, they defend it. Like if somebody's wearing some Prime Mob stuff and they really like don't have the right type of mindset, like they'll check them and say like, "Yo, why you wearing that? You're not even trying to win. Like you're just wearing this like it's a regular T-shirt."
It's a lifestyle.
Like it's a lifestyle behind it for sure. And people who really are into it and know what's up on the underground of it, like they embrace it 100%. So it's a movement that really I'm trying to inspire that sort of mentality behind people, because life is short, bro. Life is short. I done lost a lot of people just this year, and to be able to provide some sort of hope for people, provide something where you could put on a shirt, you know what it means, and it means something to you. You put it on and like you actually go and start getting and winning because of that. It's a great feeling to see I don't know, kind of like people's lives changing and stuff for it. It really is happening, bro. It's overwhelming, even on the level that I'm at right now. So I just can't wait to keep spreading it, keep making it bigger and bigger.
That's real.
Yeah, bro.
That's love. And I know you had dropped a project a while back. Is there anything you're working on new? How are you looking to approach your music going forward?
Yeah, right now I'm working on a situation with Dat Piff. So with KP from Dat Piff, right. He's kind of taking me under his wing, and we're trying to work on this big rollout for my official, first mixtape. Cause the first one was like an EP,
right? Yeah, it was like
just like teaser, yeah. Like a little teaser, but and we don't put everything out right away because we want to roll that out in the most productive way and just the way that just makes sense and the right timing and stuff. So, but I definitely got a lot of music ready. So he's helping me with like establishing a rollout. My team, I got my visuals, VL Visuals, Vicente Lara. He helps like cultivate exactly how we're gonna come across it visually. And once we get all them things lined up, we're looking to drop something nice on Dat Piff. As far as other blog sites too, like getting something on World Star soon. My next video, that's what we're kind of working on. And then I'm also working on something with Spike Lee for his show She's Gotta Have It.
Oh wow!
Working on a placement on that. And yeah, that was a weird situation. How that kind of
how'd that happen? What was that conversation like?
I thought it was a fake. I thought it was fake as hell, to be real. And no, I come to find out his music supervisor for the show reached out to my email. The reason why, long story short, my cousin submitted the song to him on a contest thing without me knowing. And so he submitted the song like, oh, yo, submit a song and then like we might pick it for the show. And he just submitted my song or whatever. And then they actually picked the song for the show.
That's fire.
So it was crazy, but now we got like lawyers involved, and everything has been pretty crazy. The funny, crazy part about it was the Martians is the one who produced it. Shout out to the Martians. And getting a hold of him was like freaking impossible. Like we had it took me 11 hours because he's a multi-platinum producer. He's produced for Ray Shrimmer, Chris Brown, everybody like. So to get a hold of this man was crazy. We had to get a hold of him and say, yo, do you agree to the splits and this and that?
Wow. And I know you guys were trying to like hurry and get this thing done too.
Oh yeah, because they needed this yesterday.
Yeah.
As soon as they hit you up for, you know how it is. Like we needed this yesterday.
Yeah. And
so it's been a process. All to see if it actually makes a cut. Because just like in movies, you get deleted scenes. It might be in the, so we're just working towards it. And
that's
my
good.
thing
you guys
is,
are in a step good, taking a step in the right direction.
I'm blessed that he even like gave me feedback about the song and that he loved it. Somebody we look into like in hip hop, he's one of the main influencers in the culture, bro. For him to even say and co-sign the song, I'm like,
I came across him one time. I interviewed him a long time ago, so it was like, it was just surreal to me to like have a conversation with him. And we literally talked basketball for 30 minutes.
That's wild.
It was awesome.
Heck yeah, man.
Like we talk about this stuff. Like it was just my thing to just talk. Like we just literally got in a whole New York Knicks conversation.
It seems like, man, he's so down to earth. I just been emailing, so I don't know. But it just seems like he's somebody that he's still a purist, even though he's reached so much success. It's pretty dope to see that. That's not common, to be real.
Right.
But yeah, Spike Lee, shout out to him. And if we can make it go, you'll see that too. So the song's called Puerto Rico.
Okay.
Yeah. And
Boricua.
Yeah. And it's actually mostly English, but it's just all about trying to reach paradise through some street stuff. Like, I wrote it in a perspective of just going through some things, hustling and doing things like trying to build a fortune and having that mindset of like, I'm doing this so that one day I don't have to do this and I can be in paradise. And for me, paradise would be my island, Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
And that's like the chant, I'm trying to get to Puerto Rico. But for anybody else, it's like whatever paradise you envision, that's like where you're trying to go. And that's what the song's all about. It connected with him somehow, and bro, it's been cool. And if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't happen, bro, we just keep working, keep grinding, keep diversifying opportunities. You just have to keep going for it no matter what.
Well, my man, you making the right moves, bro.
Appreciate it.
I'm happy to see you, continue to flourish and grow. So
thank you, man. That ain't easy.
Keep it up, bro. For real. Keep putting on.
Thank you, bro.
No doubt.
It's a blessing.
Prime Ethic, Joey Franchize here.
Got it.
It's Wild 94.1. We out.